Hello, Westford. There's been more turmoil at the Roudenbush Community Center with the elimination last week of the executive director's position. Goodrich Corporation officials have withdrawn their request for a tax subsidy from the town, and 5 restaurants got a 6-month reprieve on the polystyrene ban. I'm Ira Keltz, and it's time for WestfordCAT News. Before we get started, I'd like to remind you to subscribe to our free online daily news publication. Visit westfordcatnews.org/newsletter to sign up. The executive director's position at the Roudenbush Community Center has been eliminated by the nonprofit organization's Board of Trustees. With it goes Pattie Pichette, who had served in that position since April of 2014. TRCC, as it's known, has temporarily relocated to 234 Littleton Road, while the 65 Main Street building undergoes extensive renovations. The construction disrupted Roudenbush's community education, gymnastics, and after-school programs. No word yet from Board Chairman Chris Khalil on the reasons for Pichette's dismissal. WestfordCAT will keep you updated. Christine Joy Berthold, co-founder of Fresh Start Food Gardens, made a presentation to the school committee on September 11th on the garden program she and Elizabeth Almeida started for students in Westford, Acton, and Chelmsford. The raised vegetable gardens are planted and tended by the students. Here's Berthold with an overview.
So we have programs in 14 schools currently, and they are in Westford, Chelmsford, and Acton. So the goal for a school program is for us to give a school resources that allow children the opportunities to plant, study, harvest, and eat food grown by their own hand. Every school program that we have is a little bit different, but the goal is to, can you put the next one in? Yep. The goal is really to put kids in touch with nature, as you said, to help them appreciate the goodness that comes from real food. I'll say that again. To help them appreciate the goodness that comes from real food, which is increasingly harder to distinguish in today's grocery store. Give them the satisfaction of being part of the process that it takes to bring food from seed to plate, and we'll talk about a little bit more about that. And to develop this life skill that will stay with them for their entire life and hopefully pass on to their next generation.
Berthold and Almeida launched the company in 2015. Watch the entire school committee meeting at westfordcat.org. Here's News Director Joyce Polino Crane with a highlight from the Selectmen's meeting.
Thanks, Ira. The Dog Park Task Force co-chairman, Kate Olson and Edie Frashoni, appeared before Selectmen again on September 12th, hoping to advance their cause. But after a protracted discussion, Selectmen Chairman Andrea Perriner-Sweet asked them to do more research on how other towns with dog parks monitor membership and ensure safety. One concern expressed during the discussion by school committee chairman Terry Ryan was how to keep registered sexual offenders away from the 2 parcel choices. One is located near Stony Brook Middle School, and the other is located next to the Graniteville ball fields where young athletes play. Town manager Jody Ross noted how exhaustive the task force's search for a location has been.
And I mean, we looked at every parcel that the town held, and it's come down to these 2, and the water.
I was asking a question about that. Did we look at the old landfill? I was thinking of landfill, it's you can't use it for anything else because it's a landfill. It's green, it's flat, it's near conservation land.
And you cannot poke holes through the covering with fencing.
Okay.
Yeah, so all I'm saying is we went to every basically parcel the town held over that 17 months, and there is a problem with every parcel. And so it came down to, we recognize the school committee did voice concerns on this parcel, and the water commissioners who hold the other parcel expressed concerns about giving them 99 years where we might need town water. So that is the problem. I honestly don't know where else to go in town. I think we identified every parcel, and there was a problem with every parcel.
But the town's landfill surfaced as a new potential location, and Perriner Sweet asked Assistant Town Manager Eric Heidemann to research what the state environmental requirements would be for transforming it into a dog park. Watch the entire meeting at WestfordCAT.org. Back to you, Ira.
Bamboo, Mario's, Rangoli Grill, Aviva Cucina, and Forge Village restaurants were all granted variances by the Board of Health, who voted unanimously for the 6-month reprieve to deplete their polystyrene stock of containers before complying with the town's newly implemented polystyrene restriction. Here's Health Director Jeff Stevens with more information.
As we're getting into our round of inspections for this fiscal year, Arnie's finding that a lot of places are compliant, a lot of places are finding their replacements, but they're having trouble either depleting stock or they may have a lid that they can't get what they exactly want. So they are doing a really good job at making sure they're caught up. So I did not see the need to have these owners come in and explain exactly that. I think a 6-month variance is more than reasonable.
And we already did the same for Westford Public
Yeah,
Schools.
this is consistent with what we've done with the schools, and we actually did it with 4-H Fair because they had containers that.
The only question I had was under the bamboo one. He says our vendors are having a difficult time finding the compliant containers. I mean, everybody else seems to be having an okay time, so what?
I guess I don't want to tell them what exactly they can buy because now we're starting to regulate.
I see, okay.
So I'd like to give them the chance to figure it out on their own.
Okay.
Watch the entire Board of Health meeting at WestfordCAT.org. The Goodrich Corporation won't be expanding its physical space at 5 Technology Park Drive, despite a recent decision by town officials to offer about $70,000 in property tax relief. Selectmen on August 22nd approved a tax incremental financing subsidy on an additional 50,000 square feet of space that Goodrich officials were thinking of renting. Goodrich, based in Charlotte, North Carolina, does business as UTC Aerospace Systems and operates its intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance business in Westford, as well as its space systems business. Officials say the company occupies 230,000 square feet at 7 and 9 Technology Park Drive in Westford. But on September 1st, Westford Town Manager Jody Ross issued an email statement saying company representatives had engaged her in a conference call, saying they were under a company-wide directive not to enter into new leases. According to Ross, company officials said they still plan to make an approximate $8 million capital reinvestment in its existing facilities and add about 180 new jobs in Westford. But the officials are withdrawing their request for a TIF. And now our feature of the week. Westford observed the 16th anniversary of the September 11th tragedy with a ceremony at the Westford Public Safety Courtyard. In addition to State Rep James Arcero and Monument Committee Chairman Nancy Cook, Selectman Chairman Andrea Perriner-Sweet addressed the Assembly with moving words.
And in fact, 16 years later, here in Westford, just as in many small communities around the nation and in our great cities around the nation, we stand here to once again commemorate the lives of almost 3,000 people who were lost that day. Of those 3,000 people, we remember them 16 years later, including 343 New York Fire Department members, 60 members of the New York Police Department and Port Authority Department, and 8 EMTs or paramedics, all of whom lost their lives that day, running into a terror that none of us can ever imagine. We stand here today to make sure that they know, that their families know, that their relatives know, that the world knows that no day will erase their memory, that we will remember them always, and that they will always be a part of the fabric of the United States of America. Thank you.
Visit WestfordCAT.org to watch the entire ceremony. Here's Superintendent Bill Olson with news from the schools.
Hi, this is Superintendent of Schools Bill Olson, and I welcome you to the 2017-2018 school year. It's been a very busy month for us in the Westford Public Schools, stretching back to mid-August. Our enrollment as of September 1st is 5,085 students, a little bit less, about 40 students less than last year, although during the course of a school year, we generally gain 20 to 30 more students beyond the beginning of the school year. So our enrollment into the springtime and into the latter part of this current school year should be close to 5,100, maybe 5,130 students. Very proudly, in the last several months, we've had 2 ratings of our school system. Niche.com, which is a research firm in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, analyzes data to rate school systems and communities. We were rated 4th in Massachusetts as the best school system in the state, and 29th best school system in the entire nation. Recently, Boston Magazine ranked us as the 6th best school system in Massachusetts. Now, in their ranking, they rely somewhat heavily on per pupil expenditure, and those school systems that are ranked higher than us spend much, much more per pupil than the Westford Public Schools. So I think we present a case that sometimes it's not how much money you receive, it's how efficiently and how effectively you spend it. And we take great pride in that. And I thank our staff and our students, and I thank all of you for supporting our school system over the years. We have a Challenge Success team this weekend going out to Stanford and Stanford University. Challenge Success is a program that we have adopted to maintain the rigor of our school system, but also, very importantly, begin to reduce the stress and anxiety levels of students, because that is a growing concern of school systems across the country, social emotional well-being of students. On October 14th, I want to very importantly tell you about a program called Light Up the Night. It's a program from the Westford Committee of Nonviolence. It is a program at the Nabonasset Lake Country Club, Saturday, October 14th from 5:30 to 8 o'clock. And it will be a program that focuses on domestic violence. I encourage you to attend because this is a growing issue of importance across the country, and we want to address it also as responsibly as possible in Westford. It's the second full week of school, and Dr. Cleary and I are going around to greet everyone, all of the students and all of the staff in our schools. Everyone matters, and everyone counts, and everyone contributes to the development of a child, academically, socially, and emotionally. And so we welcome all our staff. We welcome you back to the new school year and encourage you to contact us if you have any questions. Till next time, thank you for watching.
Rekha Sharma brings you this week's health tip.
Hi everyone, I'm Rekha Sharma, your Ayurveda practitioner, back with a new health tip for WestfordCAT News. Ayurveda is a traditional system of healing from India with emphasis on oneness of mind, body and soul. It helps to achieve higher level of spiritual growth and well-being. We are close to the end of summers and it is time for summer cleanse to remove excess pitta or the fire element which accumulates during the summertime and produces inflammation. For September cleanse, drink a glass of lukewarm water with 1 tablespoon of lemon juice once a day. Eating apples, apple sauce or apple pie act as a natural coolant and laxative, and soothes the intestine. Drinking ginger or liquorized tea every other day improves digestion and is a natural immunity booster. Adding cranberries to your diet also helps to reduce pitta. Prefer oats and sweet potatoes. It will keep you grounded for long hours and sleep well for overall benefits. If you have any allergies or diet restrictions, please contact your PCP before consuming. I'll be back with a new health tip. Bye for now.
Weather has been on everyone's mind lately with the wind damage and flooding brought by Hurricanes Irma and Harvey. But here in the Northeast, we're enjoying beautiful late summer sunshine. Here's Joe Seppi with the forecast.
Hello, Westford. This is Joe Seppi with the weather forecast for the week of September 18th. We have some nice fall days coming up, and highs in the 70s and lows in the 50s and upper 40s. Perfect leaf changing weather. Here's what's coming up. That was your Westford weather. Have a great week, everyone.
Blake, a 1-year-old Chihuahua mix, is available for adoption now at the Lowell Humane Society. Here's Pattie Stalker with more information.
If you're looking for a companion to go out for walks with this fall, consider adopting this cute little guy. Blake is a 1-year-old Chihuahua mix, and he's available now for adoption at the Lowell Humane Society.
So this is Blake, and Blake is a young boy. He's about a year old, and he is a Chihuahua mix. He was found as a stray running around in a different area of Massachusetts, and one of the animal control groups that we work with transferred him over to us to help him find a home. And we think he is quite funny looking. We weren't sure what to call him initially when he came into us because he kind of has the bug eyes that may be affiliated with a pug. And he's got the Chihuahua body and these really long legs, and we're not quite sure where he got those. He could be part giraffe, but he is a very sweet boy. He's definitely looking for a Chihuahua experienced home. Anyone who has had Chihuahuas before knows that not all Chihuahuas love, oh hi, thank you, oh thank you, oh thank you. Not all Chihuahuas love to be picked up, so he really needs to get to know you very well before he'll allow you to pick him up. It took him quite a while before he got comfortable with me, but as you can see, we are good friends now. Yes, thank you. He's a really energetic boy. He has enough energy for 3 people to keep up with him, so hopefully you have an active home that can take him on lots of walks and runs. He loves to be outdoors, and he walks very well on a leash. He will do best in a home with no other pets and with adults only. He's not a big fan of kids. As I said before, he really needs to have somebody, oh thank you, who will work their way into his heart and really earn his love. But once you do earn his love, he really is quite affectionate and sweet. He is great. He can stay for hours on his own, so anyone that works, he would be a great companion for you. He wouldn't have any issues being on his own. He would probably just laze about a lot and nap. And he is playful. He likes to play with toys. He'll chase them around on his own. And he's just a really fun little guy. I think would make a great companion for someone.
If you'd like to learn more about Blake or any of the other pets available now for adoption, or to find out how to donate, volunteer, foster a pet, or fill their wish list, go to lowellhumanesociety.org or visit them at 951 Broadway Street in Lowell. Call 978-452-7781. For WestfordCAT, I'm Pattie Stalker.
And here's our Marketing Outreach Director, Sarah Fletcher, with suggestions for things to do this week around town.
Thanks, Ira. Tickets are still available for Improv Boston at the Parish Center for the Arts on September 23rd at 8 p.m. The troupe is part of a 30-year history of comedic performers many of whom went on to write and perform for such productions as The Daily Show, America's Got Talent, Last Comic Standing, and John Oliver's Last Week Tonight. Tickets are $22 each for PCA members and $24 for non-members. They can be purchased by going to westford.org/calendar. The Cookbook Book Club meets on Tuesday, September 19th at 7 p.m. at the library. Copies of this month's choice, Flour by Joanne Chang, can be borrowed at the main desk. If you would like to bring a dish from the cookbook, please contact Sarah Regan at the Information Services Department by calling 978-399-2309. The Cookbook Book Club is funded by the Friends of the Library. No registration is required, and it's not necessary to bring a dish. The Middlesex Conservation District will be holding its annual Fall Bulb and Perennial Sale on Friday, September 22nd from 3 to 6 p.m. and on Saturday, September 23rd from 8 a.m. to noon. And they're going to be holding that at the Great Brook Farm State Park in the Ski Touring Center on Lowell Road in Carlisle. The sale includes tulips, daffodils, specialty bulbs, perennials, and fertilizer. For more information, visit middlesexconservation.org. All sale proceeds benefit the district conservation programs. The nonprofit Middlesex Conservation District is an environmental agency dedicated to protecting soils and water in Massachusetts in Middlesex County. And while you're at Great Brook Farm, don't forget to stop by and have an ice cream. That's all for now. Back to you, Ira.
And that's it for now, Westford. We leave you with images from the September 11th observance at the Westford Public Safety Courtyard. We'll see you next week.